Hey good people, welcome to the channel. I'm musically malnourished, and not only are you on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists, you're also on my journey in learning how to create music. And that's what these videos are, just kind of a diary as I'm learning and exploring and just having the opportunity to share with you that maybe it might inspire somebody out there to give it a try as well, because I don't have any musical background. I don't know how to play any instruments proficiently. I know some chords on the guitar, which I bought last year, and in my lifetime I have bought now 4 guitars, sold 3 of them. This one I'm planning on keeping and continuing to learn. I ended up picking up a bass a few weeks back and have absolutely loved the bass. But all that's come through this channel, just experiencing all this music, and I'm like, oh man, I really want to create. And so I've been playing around on the bass a little bit. We have had a piano in our living room for many years. Somebody was moving away really quickly. They needed it gone. We got it for free and put a little paint job on it. And it's kind of just been a decorative piece in our living room. But recently I've been sitting down, just kind of playing on it because, you know, all I'm really using right now to make music, oops, sorry, hit the microphone, is this MIDI keyboard. So obviously got some beat pads and some keys. And so I've been messing around on that, but I decided to just kind of start sitting down at the piano and playing as best as I could. You know, I know like a few chord structures and I don't even know the names for them, but I just was trying to produce something that I liked. And I ended up like creating this little piece that I was like, man, that really kind of moves me. And I'll play a little clip for you in a second. All that being said, I used the piece that I learned, that I created in the kind of song beat type thing I'm going to show you today. It's not like a traditional rap beat or anything like that. But here's a little clip of me playing that on the piano, and then we'll jump into Logic Pro and I'll show you what I've been doing with that little piece that I wrote. Okay, as you can see, nothing crazy. I still can't really even do like stuff that's offbeat. If I'm doing things with 2 hands, they generally need to be going at the same time in some form or fashion, because I don't have that ability at this time. But let's go ahead and don the headphones and jump in here to Logic Pro, which is what I've been using to make everything. So what you're going to see here, obviously I've got several layers, and they just kind of build on each other. This down here is a very fun element, so I'll show you that in a second. But if I kind of just take you one step at a time, I decided when I came in here, I really liked the idea of kind of this very classical type of sound. And so I still love it on the piano, and I even kind of turned this into a bit of an acoustic version. But then I got in here messing around and enjoyed what was happening, because that's how I do a lot of this. I just start experimenting and end up somewhere. So with this, I ended up putting it on this kind of I think it's a Wurlitzer, and this is what it ends up sounding like. A little distorted, grungy feeling, but I liked it. It felt kind of cozy. So these are all the things that I was playing with my left hand on the piano, especially even when it gets into this section. Even has this kind of weird, haunting, almost off-pitch sound, which I'm not 100% sure that I'm sold on it yet. But at the same time, I don't know, I kind of like it. So then, this is what I was playing in my right hand. And as well, when I was writing this, you know, I could have done the same thing, because you see ba 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 ba, and then I could have gone ba ba ba, but I don't know, man. There's something in me that was like, it just doesn't sound interesting, and so I kind of just flipped the script. Instead of going down, I decided to go up, and then back down, and that's what produced this. oh, and I was like, dude, that's so pretty. And then, so then obviously when I was going down, down, down here, I was like, okay, well, let me take what I did here and do that throughout. And then when I get to the end this time, since I've been kind of going up, let me just go down and it produced this. Make it more interesting. And, you know, I haven't done any kind of special effects or anything on any of these layers yet. These are really just stock sounds. But I just wanted to do something that kind of was a bit of a juxtaposition. So you have that like kind of gritty Wurlitzer thing. And I went through a bunch of different sounds and decided to go with this kind of reverberating, almost like a xylophone sound. And I just think they paired really well together. So this is what they sound like together. Okay, I won't play too much because at the end I'm going to play everything together, so I don't want to waste your time. One thing I will point out, especially with the keys in here, is I had to go down and I really pulled down. Well, I guess that was kind of strong. But I pulled down the velocity on these because they were so strong from the key hits. And I just wanted to have a softer feel. So that's one thing that I did, the velocity right down here. Because obviously if you turn the velocity up, it's as if you're like, boom, hitting hard versus a real soft. Okay, so then I wanted to pull this bass in, and I obviously had some different things going on here with the piano pieces, which you heard a little bit of when I was playing. So all I did with the bass is I kind of copied those. I know I could do something more interesting, but just kind of gives it this fullness, this backing. I actually then learned to play that on my physical bass. Okay, so bass, pretty simple all the way through it. And then what I ended up doing, this little layer right here gets kind of more into the meat, so maybe we'll come back and look at it. So obviously I wanted kind of a build in, and then when things got a little bit, you know, moving, I ended up adding in these brass elements. Again, it's the same pattern, except the one thing I did do is you'll see here, this has that on the bass, that ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It felt so busy when I did it down here. So I just kept this chill thing here when they layered together. I just thought it was more interesting than just too much. So then down here, I have another kind of synth sound that just mimics the same thing that I'm doing on this. It's not much, but it's kind of cool though, because when you're kind of doing the, which I don't know why it says brassy, because I think these are strings. That's brassy ensemble. But it's just kind of cool because when either the stroke happens or the key hit, it just has this little beam, beam, beam thing going on that I think is really fun. Which I learned that from just a lot of the rap and hip hop beats and stuff that I've listened to, that they always kind of throw, not always, a lot of times they would throw something just little, like a chime or something onto a bass drum or a snare hit that just gives it this little extra sound. That's where I kind of took that and put it in all kinds of stuff. So that's why that's there for me. Okay, and then as we progress, I found these, which I thought were really interesting. These mixed up voices. Now, remember, I didn't get here I didn't just put this in and like, oh, I'm there. This was actually mimicking the line above it, this whole beat here, but I just didn't like the way that it was way too busy, because every single time you would have one of, like, look, I'll show you. Let's get rid of this. I'll bring it back in a second. But if we copy this down here, it's going to pull over, you know, the same synth type thing. And it just felt too busy for me. And also that was a higher octave. So I pulled these down and I just kind of, every time it goes up, I just kind of keep it there. And then it goes up and I keep it there for 2 little hits. And then it gets a little busier at the end. It just sounded better that way. And then I change it up a little bit here. And I guess we can go ahead and take a look at this. I don't know why, I just liked in this kind of bridge type section. And also I haven't finished really structuring the song completely. So I was just going, and then I did bring it to kind of an end. You'll hear that, and I'll show you what I did there, but it's not fully structured or anything like that right now. But this bridge type section, I just love that. And then it has this thing on it that's a little, I think, messier. And then I still kept a little bit of the warmth in there from the Wurlitzer. So that same thing. And let me get down in here into the drums, and then we'll go take a look at well, I guess we can go take a look at this ancient space. This is just my bass drum. And I change it up a little bit here. This kind of snare hit. So the other parts that I have to the drums was this, and somehow this turned into basically like a video game sound type thing. I just found it, I liked it. It's actually not ancient space. I don't know why it says ancient space. I think sometimes when I copy the layers down, it doesn't actually update what the sound is. Or maybe it is. Oh, it is actually, I'm sorry. There's something different going on down here with Arcade Frenzy. So there's this. Really weird, right? I got really creative on the drums here and was just feeling it. I don't know, man. I was playing with stuff, figuring out where to put little pieces in, but this is where it sounds like with the bass. So I don't know. I wanted to stretch myself, do something unique. And I just liked the way that sounded and kind of rolled off together. So the way I even did this is I kind of pre-led a little bit. You can see that. Shpomp, shpomp. And then we get into this kind of funky Arcade Frenzy section. This is where it took in kind of video game sounds. It almost sounds like getting hit in a video game and losing health. And then I changed up the last section of it, where I chose to actually skip a beat and then bring in a different sound. But it's kind of fun because when you layer these 3 drums together, I thought that was fun. And then I have a little hi-hat type work in here just because I wanted something else. This is just constant. Now I do change it up when we get down in this section. A little more spacing to build up. Then a little complication. All right, let me show you what I did with this sound right here. This is actually something I recorded into my microphone. It has a little like reverb on it. It almost sounds like ping pong, right? You want to know something fun? This was from my daughter or my son. I can't remember which one. It's one of the little dumpling squishies. I think I was goofing around, like trying to get sounds. Maybe I did it. Yeah. I just did that a bunch of times, so I found a sound that I liked. Oh, it's cool that you could do a higher one. Maybe that's how I did it. I can't remember. Anyways, it's this thing. I recorded it into my microphone, and then I just, made a cut on it where I wanted it. And then I threw a little bit of reverb on it, and it gives this little pong sound. But if you bring that in with these drums, it just has a fun little, it's just in the back. I just thought it was a lot of fun. Okay, now let me tell you guys something that is not fun. I did just discover that somehow I had some overwrite thing, and everything that I did for the end of this track is gone. I do have an export of it, so I am going to play it for you. But when I scroll to the end of my beat here, my heart just dropped because I was like, wait, where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it? Especially because it's some of the most interesting pieces, because what I did with it is I ended up taking a bunch of the sounds as I kind of moved everything where I wanted it. And then you can do a thing called bounce in place, because when you're dealing with these pre-made instruments inside here, you can't reverse them. So when you bounce it, it basically exports it or renders it into the project as a sound file, and then you can reverse it then. And so I did that a bunch and switched a bunch of stuff up, and like just kind of cut different layers to make it build in at different times. And so I'll play that for you in here in just a second, but that's the end result of this whole thing. And I want to build a little more chaos toward the end, but I ultimately enjoyed how it came out. I'm sorry I don't have the rest of that file. Sorry to you, sorry to myself. Anyways, here is my kind of finished piece on all of that, and we'll go ahead and give it a listen. thank you so much for hanging out, for checking this out, for listening. I hope that it encouraged you to just play, create, enjoy, pick up something, try something new, and let me know your thoughts. We'll have a conversation in the comments. Thanks for being with me for this one. I hope to see you in the next one. All right, that was uncalled for. Okay, bye.